Okay, now that we've done cleanup, we can begin moving our mission icon, adjusting the mission icon name, and setting up our AAA. So I'm going to go to our top-down view again, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in the correct grouping. So right now I'm at the top level and I actually need to be inside our mission group. So I'm going to select it in our mission tree, right click and say set as working group. Now you can see I can manipulate all the objects inside that group. And the one I'm looking for is our borrowed mission icon. So here it is right here. And I'm going to make sure I rename it to the correct mission. So in this case, it's the Lissix ball bearing factory. I'm also going to go to our mission description and remove this icon description. Next, I'm going to go into the advanced properties. So right now we're in the basic properties, but if I click on this little arrow, it brings up our advanced icon properties. And inside here, we want to make sure all of them are true, which it already is. And we can adjust the icon ID to the type of mission objective we're creating. So as an example, say I was making a rail yard. I could select this cover friendly rail yards ID and then hit OK. And you'll notice that my mission icon has changed to a train. If I go back to our advanced properties and I change it to an AA position, you'll notice that it changes to a AAA icon. This is what players will see in the game. So for my particular mission, it's a ball bearings factory, so I'm going to select buildings and hit OK. Then I'm going to drag this mission icon to the center of my mission objective, which is right here. Great. Now that our mission icon is set, we can manipulate the AAA. Now you wanted to borrow the AAA from our previous mission objective. And you can see that it already has its own group. So what we're going to do is either in the mission tree, right click and say set as working group, or in the viewport, you can select the group and right click and say set group as working group. Now to move these Flak batteries, they have multiple pieces to them, the vehicle itself and oftentimes the sandbags that are associated with that vehicle. So what I like to do is left click and drag to select the entire Flak battery and then move that Flak battery to where I want. So left click and drag and move the Flak battery to where I want. And the great thing about Apollo is it will randomly select these Flak batteries every time the mission is loaded, depending on the supply value. Will determine how many of these randomly selected Flak batteries are used for that particular day. So you can place them wherever you want. Just remember that you cannot have them on any of the railroads, any of the main roads, or inside any trees. Another nice detail is you don't want them too close, as an example right here, to any of your entities, because when they turn to try to hit somebody, well, this one won't be too bad because it's pretty much in the ground. But if we were to move it like right here, and it tries to shoot a player, it's actually going to hit this building. So we want it a little bit away from the buildings or any other entity so that it has room to fire at enemy players. All right, I'm going to continue moving these Flak batteries to where I want. And when we come back, we'll talk about any additional cleanup we need to do. Okay, and we're back. Now I just want to make sure that these Flak batteries are not inside any trees, not on any road, and not too close to any buildings. So I'm going to go to our orthographic view and just double check to make sure none of our Flak batteries are violating those three things. Great. Now we're just going to double check that everything is set up the way we want. So I'm going to go back to our main group by selecting the group in our mission tree and saying set as working group. Nothing looks like it's moved. We have the correct name. Nothing is on railroads, main roads, or inner trees, and all objects look like they are placed on the ground. Great. This means that our mission is done and we should definitely save. So let's go to File and hit Save. Great. This mission is done. We can send this off to the mission editors to make sure that it's good to go for Apollo. If you have any questions about how to build a mission for Apollo, just let me know. Have a good one.